Alrighty, good evening everyone. Apparently I'm super loud or my microphone has gone to the wrong thing. This needs... Okay, we're going to swap to the other microphone because the Yeti seems to be playing up tonight again and I can't be bothered to fix it because I feel like death. So I did a bunch of stuff over the weekend. This is the highest viewpoint. That's what it's called. There are some stars here. Could we be one of the leaves on the fractal tree? Oh, so, okay, also, while I think about it, I've picked up some lore. And that lore is that the fracture is possibly going to destroy all of the Numa, and the Auroral kind of wants to save them, but is also worried that doing anything to stop the fracture might destroy the known and unknown realms. And LOI is going to help by finding knowledge and trying to understand the fracture. And also, if they close the fracture, it might kill all of the Numa anyway and prevent any more from happening. So, yeah. Viewpoint cells. Connect all dark cells. Okay. So, these count themselves, that much I remember. So this could be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at most. And any more and it connects to and breaks this 3. So these two must both be light. At least. And one of these is light. And the other two then are going to both be dark. Oh, this must be dark, because otherwise this 2 is very broken. Okay, so this 6. Is there anything useful here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at least that one, which means this must be dark. It's not yet helpful. Okay, so this 5 actually has to see either these 5 or these 5. Because if you tried not to, it's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it has to connect to one of these anyway. So if it's seeing 5 in one of those directions, these two must both be dark. Now this one's interesting because it means that this must be light. Because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 for this 5, so it has to take at least this one. Actually, in fact, oh no, yeah, it's got 5 vertically, so it could just take all 5 of those. Okay. thing is, with the viewpoint cells as well, you can't say, well, this 3 can't just take the corner, because it can, and just make this one light. And that's absolutely fine. So either this is dark, or this is dark. Or they're both dark. Because of this 2. So 4 must have at least one of these 2. Okay, so if this one is light, this one must be dark. Okay. Yeah. But if this one is light, this one must also be dark. So if this is light, this is dark. This is dark to escape. This is dark to protect the 5, and the 7 is broken. So this can't be light. Which means this must be light and part of the 7. Because you've got the 5, 6, 7 potentially. And that gives us a nice little choke pointy area here. And so 5, 6, 7. That completes the 2. Now this one must be dark. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is dark, dark, dark. And now this 5 must take at least these 2. Also, this is a funky little choke point. 5 takes this. We've got 4, 5. That one must be light. Which makes this a choke point. Which means this now must be light, dark, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is dark. The 3 can't take both sides. Oh, actually, also that must be dark, thinking about it. So the 3 has to do that and be fill in the corner. Okay. Well, this 2 is actually done, I think, is how we have to start this. And we're connecting all the light cells this time. Okay. That's going to be interesting. Okay, so the 5 is going to get 3, 4, 5 at least. This 5, despite not having this dark cell here, has the same pattern because it's connected to this 3. So if it sees 3 hit in this direction, that is the most it can see. So it still has to take at least those. Those 3s can't connect, so there is at least one dark cell in there. So those are either both light or both dark. Because if you say this one is light, then this one is dark, so this one is light, and then both of these are dark. If you say this one is dark, then for this 3 it makes this one light, so this one must be dark and this one must be dark. But it does mean these 2 are always going to be the same. I don't know what I do with that yet, but that is a fact. Oh, hang on, this 4 actually has something because it can never take this cell. So it must take at least this cell. Okay, and now we can have a look here. So if this was light, because we have the same pattern with these double threes up here, if this was light, this would have to be light, and it would break the 4, which can't happen. So that must be dark, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, light. That was just a combination of finishing out the viewpoint numbers and knowing that the light cells have to connect. Kind of skipped through that one, but that's all it was. Now, if that's light, that's dark. And if that's light, that's dark. That doesn't help. That's light. Okay, here's one now. If this is light, all 3 of these are dark. So that doesn't work. Ooh, that's not what I meant to do. If that's light, dark, 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 light, light. Hang on. I might need to fill this one in, so we're saying that in this case. That one. That one's now done. That one's now done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's done. Okay, that doesn't work. But we have to go a little way to find out that it doesn't work. So can this one ever be light? If this is light, then we know those 2 are both dark. And this is dark. And this is light. And now this is dark because of this 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, so that doesn't actually work either. Which is useful. So it means that must be dark. This is light. This is light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now that is the full 6. So that can be dark. This 2 is now done. That has to be dark. And now we go dark, light, dark, 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 light. Oh, there's a 5-star grid up on top. Oh, and another one. I knew there was going to have to be at least one. Is that a player or... Yes, okay, that is a player. So these C1 or 2 then. 3, 6, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So the 19s by force must see everything in all directions. So, could this ever be light? Well, if it was, how could this 5 ever get only one more? So that must be dark. That's the starting point. 6, I think we're going to get similar logic, but not quite. Oh, all dark regions have area 2. So one of these 2 is dark. And that means whichever one it is, that one must be light. So, If this was light, this would be dark, this would be dark for the 2, and this would be dark, which doesn't work. So this must be dark, light, and then one of these 2 is light, and the other one is dark. This 5, one of these is light, this is dark. It's going to be interplay between the 6 and the 7, maybe? Or between the 5s. Oh, actually here, I think we've got the same logic we had over here. Could this ever be light? And if it was, it could have been before we had this. But now if this was ever light, we'd have to put a light in one of these 3, which would break the 5. So that must be dark. Which means one of these is light, this one is dark. Right, what's the 8 doing? One of these 2 must be light. So this is already a 5. Yeah, it doesn't help. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7. So if both of these were light, that's possible. We just have to make this one light. If we can't make this one, basically if we can't make this entire square light, then this has to be light. So, is that ever going to be possible? If all of those are light, then we have dark, dark. Oh. Yeah, but that's okay there. Okay. Then can this ever be light? This is ever light, and we have 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we have to have... Yeah, that doesn't work. So if this was light, you've got 4, and then you start to run out of places because you can go here or here and you're still only up to 6, but then you can't add just 1. You could go here to get to 6 by connecting along there, but then the only way to add 1 is to go here, which makes both of these dark, which means this doesn't work, this last cell doesn't work. So I think actually we were right with the first theory. This is dark, these are both light, which makes this light by force. Now that that's light, this is dark, this is light, this is dark, this is dark. This is light by this rule, that's for 5. So one of these 2 is light. And in fact, one of these 2 is dark, this one is light. So dark, dark, light. Now one of these 2 is dark, so this is light. This 8 is already on a 4, so it can't connect here. That would make it 9. So this is dark, this is light. This is now 3, 4, 5, 6. If this was light, it would be 7, and then have to take here anyway, but be too large. So this is light, this is dark, this is light. 1, 2, 3. So this is dark, this is light, and this is dark. That was quite a nice one to kind of get into. Connect all dark cells, connect all light cells. Okay. That's certainly a constraint. So if the 7 tried to take 6 along here, it by force connects to this. which means it can take at most 6 along here. That must be light. And it can take at most 6 up here, but it just means one of those two must be light, unfortunately. Okay, what else have we got? The 6s could just connect vertically and make this dark. That would be okay. We're going to have to do some kind of zigzaggy thing through here, I think. Because we've just got these 3s, and they're going to be really hard to connect otherwise. Or like the 3s and 4s, really. So I don't think we're going to have like a block here. In fact, this one we can't. That's a bad example. But this I don't think is going to be a block somehow that does a minimal 3 and 6 in the corner, and then these 4s somehow do a thing. I just do not see that happening. Two, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So the 6 could take 5 here and this one. Although that would almost completely scupper it. The fact that we've got the connect all light and dark is interesting. So it means like we know that we can't do checkerboarding, right? So you can't have like, though actually we kind of can, I think. We had dark cells here and here. No, it still doesn't work. Because it'd be okay for the dark cells. They can clearly always escape to this ring. But you then have, okay, so the dark cells have escaped. It doesn't matter how they escaped their outer ring. You've trapped a section. So you can still never have checkerboarding. That might be useful to know. Is there a place where checkerboarding could have come in? Okay, so like here, for example. You can't do checkerboarding here. These are either both light. No, at least one of these is light, is what I'm trying to say, actually. And that is interesting from what we were saying just now. So thinking about the fact that one of these must be light, because they can't both be dark. Then there's 6. If this one is light, this one is light. If this one is light, then at most the 6 can only see 5 cells in this column, because to see a 6th, it would actually see 7. Which means that even if this cell is light, and we don't know what this one is, it forces this one to be light. So that's just always light. So we've got something. We have a start. And now I don't know where we're going from here. So if we said this one was light as well, then we'd have dark, dark, This 6, I'm going to say, can never connect to this 6. Because if it did, that's already 6 cells, which makes both of these dark, which forces checkerboarding and just traps this 3. So, the most the 6 can now see out this way is 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm saying this one must be light. There must be at least one dark cell in the middle of here somewhere, but that's already connected, so that's perfectly fine. Can this 6... Okay, actually no, this 6 can't connect to this 6 now, so the most this 6 can see up here is 4. Because otherwise it connects to this and this sees 7. So 4, 5, 6. That's more of a start. Now, if this one was light, checkerboard. So this must be dark. That's useful. That gives us this. Yeah, okay, and then that 6 is still kind of fine at the moment, actually. Okay, so this 6 now sees up to 4 in the column plus 1. So it sees this. At most, one of these is light, because this 4 already sees 3. And if at most one of them is light, then at least one of them is dark. But having 2 darks creates a checkerboard, which isn't allowed. So I'm going to say one of these is light, one of these is dark. And in either case, both of these are dark, which also fixes this 3. This 6 now can't see the whole way across here, because that would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can see at most 3, 4, 5, 6. And this 6 sees one of these 2, and we don't know which yet. One of those 2, 2 of those 3, one of those 3. One of those 2. But then the 4 still has at least 1 to make, which could be here or here or here. It has options. Sure, there's something straightforward that I'm missing here. Can this 4 ever connect to here? No. Because that would then create checkerboarding. Is there another way we create checkerboarding? That's a question. I mean, if this one could ever be light, potentially. Because, like, in a world where this 4 came up into this corner and this 6 went over here, that wouldn't be allowed. Because you'd have checkerboarding on these 4. And you'd have actually already trapped some dark cells in this gap. I guess that's something to be aware of, actually. This dark cell here must connect through one of these 2. And that being the case, even if it connects by going up around this way, the 4 must at least take this cell. Which again doesn't yet help me. Maybe it does. So now the question I want to ask is, can this ever be dark? If this is dark, that tells us quite a lot. So if this was dark, this would be light. This would be dark. All of these would be dark. This would be light. This would be light. Let me just fill this in quickly because yeah, this 4 would have to at least take this one. We'd have this general pattern. This would have to be dark. This would be light. These would both be light. This would be dark. This would be dark. This would be dark. This would be light. This would be dark. This would be... Okay, that's actually just the solution. I was trying to work out if that failed. The answer, no. No, it does not. Ooh, funky. We have the oddly sized tiles again. But none of them seem directly useful right now. I mean, okay, you get a couple of interesting things, like this 4 automatically becomes a 3 if it takes this corner piece. Okay, what about this 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 8 must take this. Good to know. This 6 now can't connect over here. Because like this 6 already sees 3. 4, 5, 6 is too much. So this 6 can get 3, 4, 5. Can't connect up to the 3. So it must take this. Also connect all dark cells. I really do need to read the rules before I get into a puzzle. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So if the 7 takes this, that would actually just complete the 7. 6 already has 3. 4, 5. Okay, actually also has to take this. Actually, does that work the other way as well? 4, 5, 6. Yes, it does. So this 6 is already on a 5. It takes one of these two. So the other one of these two is dark. I mean, not as though that should be a surprise, but, you know. This 4... It can't connect up to the 5 or the 8. But there's many ways that it could do that, because it could just take this corner and one of these two. It could take 3 of these small ones and force this whole corner section to go dark. Let's try looking at this 6 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. 5. Not helpful. This 5 must take one of these two. Just because it's connected to this 4. Ah, interesting. If the 5 takes this one, then it also has to take these two. And the reason is, if it takes this, the 4 is completed. This is dark, this is dark, this is dark, this is dark for the 4. So suddenly it has to take these. That also completes the 3. Okay, I'm going to have to skeleton this again. So we're hypothesizing this one could be light. This 4 is now complete. This 3 is now complete. That has to be dark. I mean, that doesn't fall over in any way. Let's do the opposite hypothesis. Could this ever be dark? That would force this to be light. Oh, that actually falls over really quickly. Because the 5 must always have one more vertically than this 4 does. And it can't this way. So in fact that one is light. And the reason that didn't fail immediately is because it's correct. And that one's dark. This one now has to be dark, just because it has to escape somehow. But now it's got a little bit of scope as to where it goes. Do we have anything more about this 8 now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 8 must at least take this. Doesn't have to take this or this just yet, though. Now let's hypothesize that this is dark. You get 4, 5, 6, 7. This is dark, this is light, this is dark, this is dark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is dark. These two are light. I think that actually works. And now I've forgotten what I said. I think I said this is dark. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. I think I did it this way. So 7. No, it breaks the 5. Okay. Or at least doing it that way breaks the 5. If I'm doing it that way... That doesn't seem completely unreasonable at the moment. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there you go. Level up. No, Mirabilis. More secrets. Also, while I'm here, another thing that I think is worth doing is trying to do that secret about flying towards the worlds within worlds, which is Cloud of Pearls. So we're going... Yeah, okay, so I was completely wrong before when I thought it was coming from over here. It's not around reflections in the sky at all. Which is still not finished. I'm unconvinced. Anyway. Well, maybe we were missing one of the puzzles, actually, thinking about it. I don't remember. Anyway. So we want to fly towards worlds within worlds. We drop down halfway, which is going to be... Let's see, it looks kind of like on the corner of this. Map marker. Whee! I mean, I see a logic grid. But I see several logic grids. Although one of them has a different star rating to the others. So that could be the lone logic grid. Okay, I mean, it's got reflection-y things happening, so that's a thing. And if this was light, we'd reflect off the board, so those are both dark. This was light. I think we reflect into this. If this was light, this one's going to reflect to here. Oh, no, I'm getting my reflections wrong. And then this one's going to reflect... back to here. This one's going to reflect to here. That would actually be okay. So those can connect. Can these? No, these can't connect. Which means that one's also dark. All dark regions have area 3. Well, this one can't be dark anyway. It would reflect off the grid. So at least one of these two must be dark. This one basically has to be in a column of 3 dark cells, is what we're saying. If this one was light, that would reflect up there. That would be fine. That would be fine as long as all of these are dark. This one was dark. Then there's some options still. So I mean, yeah, okay, let's just, so if we say that one, then that one has to go there, that one becomes dark, that becomes light, that becomes dark. That one's dark, that one's light, that one's light, that one's light, that one's light, these are both dark. But I think that's probably okay. So if that's dark, that's light. If that's light, that's dark. No, damn it, that doesn't give us anything directly useful. Because it means that that's dark. Okay, so if we say that that one is light, then we have to do this kind of thing. Ah, okay, that actually falls over here. No, it doesn't. No, yes, it does. No, it's right, that one's fallen over. So those must be dark. Which means this is dark, this is going to be light, this has to be dark, these are light. This now has to do all of the reflecty business. This must be light because you can't fit 3 dark cells in there. This is actually going to reflect these dark cells. That's going to have to be light. This now must be dark, and this is going to reflect up here. That's going to do this, and then those are all dark. Okay, now let's see if we can rotate these 1/8 of a thing clockwise. So this is going to be vertical. This is going to be pointing that way, so that's going to go there. That's going to be pointing that way. Okay, could this connect? If this connected, oh, that's going to go super weird. This one would reflect to here. This one would then reflect up off the grid, in fact. So I think those have to be dark, which makes this one dark. This one must be dark, or this is reflecting off the grid, which means those are both dark. This is a vertical one now, so this one is dark, this one is light. That one is pointing... that one's pointing this way, actually, isn't it? So this one is dark. This one is light or off the grid. Okay, if this one is light, what happens? It tries to reflect down here, so this one must be dark, this one must be dark, this one must be dark. That's now a complete thing. Okay, well that didn't work. I guess, well, yeah, but then the way the rules work, so I'm thinking it's not that one either. Unless there's like some logic grid may be inside here. That's the one. Let's talk to you. Oh, yes. So the Mirabili, which we might actually be able to find out what the correct plural is in a second, they're like the source of knowledge, and if we collect enough of them, we can use them to close the fracture. That was the information I forgot earlier. You have collected a Mirabilis twice. But is it Mirabilises, Mirabili, Mirabilis, Mirabile? Ah, you do not know the answer either, do you? Also, I spy matchboxes there. Ooh, hello. Accidental sky drops. So that's the double keys. Which is not that one. Or that one. Great start. Okay, you look like your movement. Yep. Hello. You're also not that one. So many red matchboxes. Ah, you're that one. Okay. That one we can deal with. Gotcha. I don't know which type you were, but we got you. Where was Leaves in the Wind? What's over that way? I keep following the wrong markers on this map. It's kind of annoying. There's a lot of sightseeing doodads around. Does that green go with... No, it does not go with that red. I propose we change the name of these things to unmatch boxes. I guess unless it's just out the front of this little, like, castle-y bit. Ambush. Well, it's not that one, it's the wrong type of grid. No. We're not doing those. Relics. 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 I'm just going to keep saying relics in a variety of odd voices until we find relics. 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 Relic. Haha, it works. For a certain limited value of works. Relic. Relic. No, that's a thing outside the boundary. Relic? No, that was the top of the doodad. Ah, there's a relic though. And now, which parts are moving? Well, that side's clearly moving. This side seems to be running away. Oh, it's there. Movement? Or looking at you? Ah, it's looking at you. Okay, matchbox. Surprise logic grid. It's not the hardest logic grid ever, but also we've just been doing a bunch of like 2 and 3 and whatever star ones, so no, that's actually completely wrong. That bit's correct. Then that, though, I think. Because you have to be able to do something like that. I've completely messed this up somewhere, and I do not see the obvious answer as to where. Okay, so those both must be dark. That can't be light because it connected to 2, so that's dark. Those are both light. That now can't be light because of this. That must be dark. Actually, this should be. I think this is what I did wrong. This must be dark. This must be light, 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 dark, 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 light, dark, light, 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 dark. No. Yeah, I've ended up in the same position again. Having done something somewhere terribly wrong. There we go. Yeah, fine, whatever. This is actually quite a challenging one. Trying to do controlled flying without like going through or like hitting the floor is what I'm trying to say there. Wow, words are hard. Just as well I'm not like a writer or anything. I think the general plan is we will head towards Leaves in the Wind and we'll have a look at the new area, and then I'm probably going to end it there for tonight because I am not doing so great. Ooh, Pillars of Insight. Okay. Don't make the one light cell in a corner business happen. No, don't do that exact thing. Still don't do it. So that's light, that's dark, that's light, that's dark, that's light, that's light, that's light, she says uncertainly. That's light, that's light, that's light, that's light, that's light, that's dark, that's light. But they can just both be light, can't they? Where does that fail if I make both of these light? If I make... Oh, no, okay, if I make both of them dark, it fails. That's the bit that I was stuck on. That's got to be dark, 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 dark. And now light along the edges here. Okay, which is the next place to start looking? If this is dark, yeah, that's okay though. We just like surround these in light cells. Yes. Okay, but the dark doesn't work in this chain because of this middle bit. So these all must be light cells. Now, if this is dark, 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 doesn't work. Which means now this has to be light, 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 light. The rectangle pattern. When avoiding a 2x2 with 3 dark and 1 light, the dark regions must form rectangles unless corners are out of the grid. Okay. And this is both ways, so they all form rectangles. Okay, so that's a fairly obvious stop. Okay, yeah, got it. Yeah, and then this one, this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. And I think now we end up with just this. Okay. Oh, this is just going to be checkerboard, isn't it? Because it's the only way to make the rectangles work. Okay. I mean, this is just like the rectangle pattern, but more differenter. Oh, this one is interesting. Oops. Now, this is the bit I haven't thought through, apparently. The problem is, both of those... Yeah, okay. Clearly did not think that through. I think actually I might have just done something a bit weird. That has to be there. But actually this doesn't work either, thinking about it. Because you've got to have like that. No, that does work. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, got there in the end. Yeah, and then the same again. Oh, hadn't considered that part. Okay. Because, yeah, you can't do what I just did and leave the... Like, the 9 pretty much has to be a square, right? But then if the others are squares as well, or rectangles... Anything that says that that's the way it has to do it. Yes. Okay. So we know that this doesn't actually work because of the pattern it ends up leaving. The question, though, is how do we fix that? Yeah, because you'd have to have that kind of pattern to make the alternating stripes work. And you clearly can't do that here. Or you do, like... this. Except also simultaneously not this, because same problem still. Also, I've now left the 9 too small, but, you know. Okay, this might be the last puzzle for tonight, because this is only 3 pips, and I can't with this. And that doesn't work. Because you... So, the rectangle principle still has to be in play. Because if it's not in play in any way, like if the 9 tried to do that, you've forced bad conditions on it. So then the question is, how is the rectangle principle in play? Like, and that's the thing, the 9 only works this way. Because any other way you try and have that 9 connected, it's going to force a corner. So let's start that way. Then this 6 is also somewhat forced. Oh... I was right the first time, I've just realised the obvious solution. There you go. Fine. Yeah, I think that's going to have to do it. If I'm at the point where I'm failing on logic like that, I am not cut out for this tonight. Yeah, but thank you for joining me. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time when I am hopefully not feeling so rough. But yeah, take care of yourselves, and bye for now.